Hey everybody, this is the Hammernator Smith, and this will be my music vlog number 2. And in this vlog, I'm going to be talking about MySpace. Why in the world would I be talking about MySpace? Well, actually, MySpace did a fuckload for the music community in its time. It really did. It made promoting so easy because how, massive MySpace was at a point. Oh my god, MySpace was fucking insane. It was, oh, viewers discretion is advised. It was like, um, it was just phenomenal. I'll admit it, I don't care if it sounds corny, but MySpace, like, in its early days, or prime, or whatever, it was fucking phenomenal. It was just so it was just so cool. It really was, for social media, you know. But what made it different than a lot of other social media websites that I know of, because I didn't really dabble too deep into social media. It was just like you can customize everything about it. You can really make it like very personal, or you can have it very plain. There was a lot of privacy control, from what I remember. It was just cool, man, and people were so friendly. And then it seemed like it got to a point where people got really, like, hateful. And then it just started being flooded with all this other shit. But MySpace, well, MySpace is an American social networking website offering an interactive, user-submitted network of friends, personal profiles, blogs, groups, photos, music, and videos. MySpace was the largest social networking site in the world from 2005 to 2008. It is headquartered in Beverly Hills, California. There were a lot of what were called, between 2005 and 2008, and a little bit onward, and even still a little bit now, there was like this, I guess, style or something where, I'm not exactly how it went down, I never really looked into it, but it was like, okay, these people, like, there was a style of person that they referred to as scene, I guess because you're in the scene, or I don't know what the fuck that came from, but it was flying everywhere, and and I'll admit it, a lot of badass fucking music was coming out at that time. And, like, those were the years where I was getting into some really, like, I felt was some gnarly shit for that time, because, again, I'm an 80s, 90s kind of person, so it's kind of hard to please me musically, even though I'm very open-minded. I will like stuff, but I don't think, like, it takes a lot for me to like it as much as older music. These bands, like, from first to last, I know a lot of people hated them, but amongst the quote-unquote scene community, they were, like, loved, adored, and all this other shit. Like, everyone loved Sonny Moore, who was the vocalist, or lead vocalist, like, when he was in there. I mean, it was some other guy at first, Phil something, I can't remember his name, but anyways, it was Bring Me the Horizon, oh my god, and that, like, that band took me a step further into dwelling into, the quote-unquote metalcore or death metal genres. Like, again, Job for a Cowboy, Black Dahlia Murder, Suicide Silence. And there was a lot of local bands coming out, like the fucking Woodwork, that were, like, these type of genres, or quote-unquote metalcore or melodic metal is what a lot of people say Killswitch engages. I don't fucking know. In case you missed the introduction, I don't like using all like these little sub-genre term things. I like to try to keep it simple. Be honest, I really just bluntly call most of it a form of metal or heavy metal or whatever. A lot of people are probably laughing right now, and that's fine, but, you know, I just want to keep it simplified. There wasn't all these crazy subgenres like when I was growing up. Coheed and Cambria, they're another one. Came out of the fucking woodwork. And they're not local to me, but like when they came out, a lot of people just kind of like made fun of them in my area. Like they were like, oh, you know, because the song Favor House Atlantic chorus is like, good eye sniper, I'll shoot you, run the world just be. That's horrible, but I'm just shouting, you know, like giving, you know, whatever. I'm giving you an example, okay? I'm giving you some fucking leadway. In case you never heard of it, but it was pretty popular in the sense of a lot of people just like kind of made fun of it, it seemed. But you know what? The range on that guy, Claudio Sanchez, oh my god, the fucking range on that guy. People roll their eyes most of the time when I say this, but like a band like that, they really remind me of like a combination between Queen and Iron Maiden. I know, blasphemy, crucify me. I don't know, I might like it. So that's what you want to do, you know, you sign a waiver, you know. And, you know, they were part of the quote-unquote scene thing and all this other shit, and I think they're phenomenal. Extremely talented. The lead singer writes a fucking graphic novel, for crying out loud, and he's got a bunch of them, and they're just so... And that's how the music was incorporated, blah, 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 but going back... But, Under Oath, and, I can't remember if they were a local band around my area, or they were, like, kind of, like, international, I guess. Float face down. But for local bands, there was, like, Helvetica, and Jimmy Hoffa Theory, Pillars of Violence. There was some local band that actually, this has nothing to do with this genre, but there was a local band that actually sounded a lot like Nirvana. That was pretty cool. I saw them when, saw Divinity Destroyed's last show, and yeah, that was pretty sweet. But anyways, so many local, again, woodwork, man, like fucking cockroaches, okay? But they weren't a burden. It was cool. And the chick I was dating at the time was just like so into this local quote-unquote deathcore, death metal scene, that we would actually go to local shows a lot, like the fire halls and stuff like that. We saw, there's a video on YouTube somewhere, Helvetica. You can actually see me in the video with my ex. I'm not gonna point out who I am, but I felt like I stood out so much, but then again, I knew what I was wearing, so duh, you know. But anyways, we're just moving on. And these bands were incredible. I don't know how they didn't get famous, and they're not international, and they're not signed, and all this other shit. Like, I don't know how that didn't happen. I forgot why these bands broke up, but it seemed like they were all falling apart. But what really helped join them was MySpace. Really, because the promotion, how populated MySpace was. Dude, it was like people made MySpaces for their fucking animals, dude. Lizards, okay? Fucking cats. Oh yeah, when you're fucking past tired and you got insomnia and anxiety and all this other shit, and you're up in the middle of the night just surfing fucking MySpace. Oh my god, he's wearing some weird shit. Some really bizarre, off-the-wall shit. Like, I could not believe people thought it would be great to make MySpaces about their dogs. No offense, dog meat. But, hey, you know, But it was very cool, and you could put like music videos on your MySpace, and you could put your own profile song. It seemed like it was a big form of expression through a cyber universe. And I don't think there's anything wrong with people expressing themselves. Like, I don't know, some people are, in my opinion, I find that strange, where it's just like, I can't express myself. What are you, a synth? What is this, iRobot? Like, I don't fucking get that, but there was all these other things blowing up that were all new, and they became these popular things, just like Little X became popular things, like YouTube, there was Smosh, and people were posting that fucking everywhere, and, oh, I can't remember his name, Raymond something, or something Raymond, he's do like cartoons and shit, it was a comedian, I can't remember his name, but, oh my god, you'll probably know who I'm talking about, ask somebody if you care enough. But it was just, all these in YouTube, it was like YouTube and MySpace were working in cahoots. They were both making each other just fucking climax simultaneously. It was like two bullets racing. It was fucking nuts. And it happened so fast. I wanted nothing to do with MySpace. Honestly, like, I wanted fucking nothing to do with it at first. I was not a social person. I was, but I was very picky and choosy about friends and stuff like that. I like to keep my circle small, but it was just like, they kind of like talked me into it, and then I was like, okay. And it's so funny that the band's playing now, but I'm probably gonna get like strikes and shit. Whatever, fuck it. It's the media for you. My profile picture wasn't even me at first. It was a picture of Tom DeLonge from Blink-182 singing into a microphone. And then 2 weeks or so, it seemed like people were so fucking offended that was my profile picture. And people were just like sending me messages like, you're a fake page, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, yo, I'm fucking new. I put him there because he's just a vocalist I like. Like, I've been a fan of Blink-182 for a long time, so it's just, I wanted something quick. I didn't want nothing to be there. And it was just so crazy because they were like fucking coyotes. They were just like all over me. They fucking swarmed me just because I didn't have a profile picture of myself. And a lot of these people I didn't even know. And that was it too. That's what was strange about it. But it almost became popular. Here's another like little phase thing that came along with this quote unquote scene phase, and you know, MySpace and all this other shit started this. I think it started it. In my eyes, it did. Where it was just like people were, oh shit, adding everybody. They were just fucking adding everybody, and there was actually a thing called MySpace Famous, and like I knew people who were quote unquote MySpace famous, and it was like you go to the fucking mall with them, it was retarded. Excuse the phrase, but it was ridiculous, is what I should say. It was very ridiculous. I mean, but at the same time, it was kind of cool because then I was out more and I was meeting people and shit, and it was kind of helping me with anxieties. But unfortunately, then that opened doors for other negative bullshit and ridiculousness. So, you know, it's always gonna find you. Trouble and all that other shit's always gonna find you one way or another. It's just how it is sometimes. And people had like 8,000 friends and this and that and blah blah blah. I actually had somewhere between 2,000 to 8,000 on my one account. And I say one because I had multiple, because it was so fucking easy, apparently, to hack a MySpace. Yeah, they fucked up bad. There was a way, like, if someone had something private on their profile, that all you would have to do, I can't remember, it was either A, you had to copy and paste the URL thing and then post it when you're on their section that's private that you want to see, and then boom, you can see it all. Like, you're the person who owns that profile. What the fuck? Dude, it wasn't even Kevlar there, man. Not alone some sort of firewall, you know, quote unquote. There was zero protection. It just penetrated. So people were doing that a lot, and I'll tell you, man, in my experience, when people start showing you shit like that, those are the ones you gotta look at. Because they're taking too much time to do a lot of spying around and being sneaky and probably plotting, trifling, whatever. Maybe not all of them, maybe they're just curious or nosy, I don't know. It could be innocent, but whatever it is. Yeah, it was hacked so many fucking times. I still can't get on my original one, which sucks because there's a lot of photos and stuff on there I wish I had. And whatever, and I just can't get on there. And I was one of those people who like to keep things private. If you weren't my friend, you couldn't see shit. So, because I'm not logged on to a certain profile and I'm not friends with that other profile, you know, I can't view my own shit. Just so I can get my shit back. And I try recovering it, blah, 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 blah. And it's the only reason why I want to go on there, because now it sucks. In my opinion, it fucking sucks. It's just so bland. It's nothing how it used to be. And it's just, I don't know, it's just shitty. You know, no offense, MySpace, but you kind of like want. I know so many people would agree with that too. Like, they would just totally be like on board with me on that shit. Because that was like the biggest complaint. That's why a lot of people stopped, in my area anyway, they stopped going on there. But it was another big issue with MySpace that I saw was it made people too comfortable with strangers. And I think, if I remember correctly, things started getting pretty bleak. And there was actually some really serious violent acts and shit like that were going on. I mean, I could speak from experience. I mean, like, people were starting shit with me, you know. People I didn't even know, you know what I mean? And they were like, death threats, and this and that. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get 16 of my friends. You know. It just got too fucking crazy. You just got like random people showing up at your house. You think because you're friends on there that you're friends in reality. I mean, unless you hang out and spend time with each other and actually know that person. I mean, that's completely different. That's acceptable. Then obviously you know you're good. But MySpace was wild, to say the least. And the founders are Chris DeWolf and Tom Anderson, John Hart. And I remember Tom Anderson was the guy who was actually always your first friend on there. And it was like this picture that looked like, I don't know, every time I looked at it, I just pictured like a high school kid sitting at his desk, but half sitting, and kind of looking back like, haha, like he's writing something or something. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but that's what it reminded me of. I haven't seen it in years, I don't care, but he seemed like the one that was doing a lot of the more social stuff. Like, he was actually on there, it seemed like. I don't know. Fucking Obama had a MySpace. Like, what? MySpace was acquired by News Corporation in July 2005 for $580 million. And in June 2006, surpassed Google as the most visited website in the United States. In April 2008, MySpace was overtaken by Facebook in the number of unique worldwide visitors and was surpassed in the number of unique US visitors in May 2009. Though MySpace generated $800 million in revenue during the 2008 fiscal year, since then the number of MySpace users has declined steadily in spite of several redesigns. As of January 2018, MySpace was ranked 4,153 by total web traffic and 1,657 in the United States. See that right there, you know. I just talked about how colossal this fucking website was. I mean, some good probably came out of MySpace, other than like the music promotions and all this other shit. And then, and little side note, it eventually became like a little eBay too. People were like buying shit from each other on there. And I think there was even a controversy about how, you can't do that because, you know, you're using MySpace, which is a free website, to do these things so you can make money and we're not getting a profit. We should get a profit, kind of thing. I don't know if that's exactly how that went down, but that's probably how it did. I wasn't there, but I would have liked to be the fly on the wall. But it really did, like, it seemed like it made people so comfortable. Too comfortable, like I mentioned, but more confident, I guess, too, because it was like, because of how bustling the website was. It was like, you post something, and if you had like 5,000 friends, it was like you had 100 likes in like 20 minutes. That might be an exaggeration, but it was just like, it was pretty crazy like that. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, sometimes it kind of like boosts some people's confidence to know that 100 people went out of their way to go view this, and then, you know, commented on it or whatever the hell. I know I said liked, but I can't remember if MySpace had a like type of button. I know you could definitely comment. You could put bulletins and all that shit. Bulletin's like a public message for those who don't know. Yeah. Shit, what the fuck? I had a skip in my mind. What was it? Yeah, it made people more confident, blah, 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 blah. And it seemed like the more it got people, the more comfortable people would get or whatever. People who normally wouldn't get, I guess, a lot of attention started getting more attention, and then it became like a semi-dating site. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I met a bunch of chicks through MySpace. I'll admit it, I don't give a fuck, man. Some not so great as others, but hey, that's the past and shit happens. Life goes on. And, man, I'm really losing focus right now. This coffee is taking too long to kick in. But I should probably wrap this up, actually. It was like a hot mess, really, to sum it up. Because there was a lot of, like, good things that were coming out of it, and a lot of bad things. I mean, people seemed to be meeting online and then hanging out with each other. They were a lot more social, so it was like a social network. Brought people together. That's corny as shit, but that's what really happens. And, it's like, not gonna lie, man. Between this coffee not kicking in quick enough and this music, I'm just kind of like zoning. I can see why people say I have like an asthma voice, because it's putting my ass to sleep too. I'm not really used to talking for so long at a time. You just kind of like zone out and drift. But yeah, people were... Yeah, oh, yeah. That's what I was getting at. People were, like, this slogan thing came out where it was like... I remember going into Spencer's. The Spencer's and Hot Topic were really popular. Like, really peaking at that time, too. Again, at least it seemed that way to me. And, he's going in and there's, like, these fucked up shirts, you know? And it was just like... one shirt said, "From MySpace to my place." I was like, oh my god. They went there with that. And it was so fucking hilarious. And then people actually started doing it. And that was like, to me, I think that was like the original Netflix and chill. Like, the original Netflix and chill was from my MySpace to my place. Wow. Say that 10 times fast. You know, then people were like getting into fights, being fucking stabbed, and whoever knows what other crazy shit, stalked. And it just made things so easy for people to hurt each other. So it was like a positive thing at first, and then it became a fucking nightmare. So much fucking drama was on there, it wasn't even funny. I can go on and on and on about the drama on there. I know I just touched a little bit on that before, but MySpace had significant influence on pop culture and music, and created a computer game platform that launched the successes of Zynga and Rock You. That's funny because I never heard of either one of them. At least I don't remember them. Among others, I don't remember others either. I don't really remember games on there. I remember a lot of game promotions. Like there was this MMO, this massive multiplayer online game. What was that game called? Dead Frontier. Oh my god, it was so cool. But everyone was a fucking asshole on that game. That's what killed it for me. And it was a bird's eye view survival zombie computer game. You played on your PC. I really wish they brought that game to, like a platform console. Because that would be just so awesome to play that. I mean, they made games, a modern version of it, to me, the closest thing that's a platform, console game to Dead Frontier is 7 Days to Die. That game is so underrated. Oh my god, it's so underrated. It's really good. I mean, the graphics look a little outdated for a PS4. But if you see how big of a game this is and how detailed it is, it's pretty fucking crazy. I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want, pretty much. You can make whatever you want. But anyways, off tangent. So many game promotions and shit like that were on there. So it was like everybody was just like getting jerked off by MySpace. It was a big circle jerk fest. It was crazy. It was a cyber orgy. And Tom... Maybe I shouldn't say that. It wasn't really mean. I thought it would be really funny, but I don't know. Fuck it. Tom is sitting there with the... with the top hat. And he's like the fucking ringleader. He's like orchestrating the whole thing. But no, really though, it was crazy. In June 2009, MySpace employed approximately 1,600 employees. In June 2011, Specific Media Group and Justin Timberlake jointly purchased the company to approximately $35 million. On February 11th, 2016, it was announced that MySpace and its parent company had been purchased by Time Inc. Time Inc. was in turn purchased by the Meredith Corporation on January 31st, 2018. Justin fucking Timberlake. That guy's got his hand in like every cookie jar. That's a businessman. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he does not care. That is amazing. Well, good for you, man. Let me guess, he brought the girls. Like, I'm not gonna lie, some of his music's pretty good. And he seems like okay. I never really was interested in anything he did enough to where I like studied him or nothing. So I don't really know much about him, so I'm not gonna judge him. Crimea River. So yeah, like I know that. And yeah, it was good, it was bad, it was pretty, and it was ugly. But it was still pretty fun. Looking back at it, the fun really overshadowed the like, because when people beat your ass, you heal. You know what I mean? But like, life's too short to be pissed off all the time. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of just like kick it and just try to find a way to be happy anyway. And you'll find too, it actually is quite effective to people who hate on you. You know, it makes them really mad. I don't know if that's something you would want personally, but I enjoyed it. I was laughing my ass all the way home, or wherever the fuck I was going. Quarter store, cul-de-sac, the woods, whatever, man. It was just laughing away. Met a lot of cool people on there I still talk to, that are now like models and shit, and blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, my I think he's my cousin Tommy. Tommy Southard from Tom's River. He was in I found him. I started talking to him again. He didn't really talk much, but he was talking to me on MySpace again, and he was in like Pinella Scales or Rachel Bowen, apparently. I'm not 100% on that. I remember I used to rock one of his band shirts when I was a little kid called Godspeed. He was playing like guitar and shit. He's gnarly. He's still active today. He's in a band called Solace. If you haven't heard of them, check them out. They're very old school. From what I remember, Tommy's smart, he's talented, and he just seems a very true, good-hearted person. Just very down to earth, and so, you know, he probably, you know, he keeps it kind of classic. It's kind of funny that people call them a stoner band, but I don't know. And then some people say they're like a fusion between Nirvana and Led Zeppelin. I don't know. I don't know about that one, but they are good though. Shout out to you, Tommy. Holy shit. How long has it been, man? I just gave away my identity. Now I gotta fake my death and go to Cuba. I doubt that. Just, oh my god, there was this picture, before I go, there was this picture that I took, very Blink-182, Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was naked, but I wasn't really naked, it just looked that way. Yes, I fooled some of you, it was an optical illusion. And I had what looked like nothing but my guitar on. And I could not stop laughing as the person was taking the picture. My face was so fucking red. I had so many piercings back then, too. Oh my god. My face was just like crazy. It was cool, though. And so many people liked that. And then there was drama because of that. Not really, like, I don't know. I didn't get a lot of backlash, personally. But it just started all this other, like, bullshit. And then this other phase occurred where people were doing what they were making signs. And yeah, I was one of those guys where I was in with that. And chicks were making me signs. And what that is, in case you don't know, it's just pretty much a selfie. And they would pose, or it would just have your name or something. I know, it sounds crazy. And some sort of dedication. These people go out of their way and do this. Or who knows, maybe they had so many selfies just in their box on their computer that they just uploaded it at random. It was just like, boom, here you go, here's a sign. That probably happened more times than you probably realize, but unless you know the person. But that shit was funny. I had a fuckload of those on there. I still talk to some of the people from that too. So funny. Just all these crazy new things just blew up from MySpace, and I think overall MySpace was, I mean, it sucked some people. I shouldn't laugh about this. I have a dark, fucked up sense of humor. I might be insane, I don't know, but it sucks that people got hurt, and there was a lot of violence and shit like that occurred because of the fucking website, or the capability, or the ability that people had. They had too much at their fingertips, and they used that for bad. They used powers for bad, but overall, I mean, a lot more good came out of that too. Not saying it overshadows, but it was just like, I mean, if it was the same, if it never changed, would I still go on there? I don't fucking know. I don't know. But like I said in the beginning, the only times I ever go on there is when I try to log on so I can get my pictures back. That's all I want. Oh, Photobucket was a big fucking deal too. Big time at that time. People were using Photobucket to put photos on their page. GIFs, the graphic images. I said videos earlier. Yeah, you could take the HTML from YouTube of the video, and then you can just post it in the encryptment code or whatever the fuck, and then boom, you got a video on there. For like the longest time, I had From First to Last's song "Ride the Wings of Pestilence" off the Dear Diary of My Teenage Bullshit as a Body Count album. Yeah, that's the album name. And such a gnarly song. It's about murder. It seemed like it was kind of like influenced by Nirvana's Scentless Apprentice. No, not Scentless. Yeah, Scentless Apprentice. Yeah, and possibly some other shit. And they were like into all that gore and everything. It was pretty cool. Is there any side notes I want to throw in? I keep coming up with them. I gotta a lot, just in case I don't get a copyright thing. YouTube might spank me. I don't know if I can handle that. It might hurt. I don't know. Might be a little much for me. There's just so much shit. And going back to the scene thing, too, to give a little more description into it, it was like, pretty much, my point of view, pretty much just like a modernized glam metal look. That's all it really was to me. Except there was more black. So picture like glam metal bands wearing all black. It's pretty much what a lot of this looked like, and with like neon colors and shit. Like they wore like black skinny jeans. It seemed like that brought skinny jeans back, quote unquote. I'm someone who wore skinny jeans most of my life. If I wasn't wearing skinny jeans, I was probably wearing Jankos or Dickies. But skinny jeans I picked up because, like, again, big Metallica fan, and they wore skinny jeans. I thought it was so sick when they were wearing all black with the skinny jeans, black shoes, you know, black everything, and I had long hair and all this other shit. I still fucking look like that, pretty much. But, some guys were more open to wearing makeup, which I thought was pretty cool. I started wearing makeup, like eyeliner and eyeshadow, and that's pretty much as far as it went. And as a joke, sometimes I would put on, like, lip gloss. But hey, man, chicks thought it was cool. They thought it was funny. You know, sometimes you gotta, like, stop thinking about being so damn macho and just step out of the comfort zone and just act up a little bit. If you're not hurting anybody, who gives a fuck? Oh, big deal, you put on a little makeup. Oh, big deal, you put on fucking lip gloss. And you're a straight guy. It's like, who gives a shit? Yeah, like, a lot of the dudes had longer hair. Chicks were teasing their hair. Hair was kind of getting big, literally and figuratively, again. A lot of piercings, you know, a lot of tattoos, you know, like, band shirts, and like, this stuff wasn't new. I don't know why people were acting like it was so new. I guess because there were so many people, it was like a mini phenomenon. You know, it's just like all these people just like kind of band together and they just came out, again, the woodwork, and just swarmed. MySpace was just a big swarm. It started as giant, it was like the Hive in Resident Evil, you know? The laboratory, it was like that. And all these things just came to the surface and just came out, and they were just touching each other, and it was just like infecting everybody, and everybody was just like, the MySpace thing, and what else about this scene thing? I don't know. And then again, the emo thing came about, and all this other crazy music terminology shit came out, and music terms, shit came out, blah blah blah, and it was nothing new to me. It really fucking wasn't. I don't know what the big deal was. To me, I didn't think it looked bad, but a lot of people, you know, they go back now and they're like, oh, back when I was a teeny weeny, oh, back when I was emo, back when I was, you know, and it's like, and they look back and they make fun of it. And I'm like, I don't really see a whole lot to make fun of, man. I don't know. It seemed like, again, darker version of 80s glam metal. Look, but there you go, man. MySpace. If I left anything out, I'm sure I'll bring it up again in some other video, because I'll do that. Thank you everybody for listening. In case you didn't catch the video part of it, this is more of an audible thing, not a video thing. And, you know, give me some comments and shit, you know what I mean? Let's talk about it. You know, did you have MySpace? You know, tell me your MySpace experiences. Preferably good ones. You know, if you want to express some fucked up ones, that's up to you. I would. I don't care. You know? And, alright. Thanks. Do 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 do.